Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Awakened Patriot. I am Mandy. I am on my own today, so I'm going to see if anybody jumps on here. And I don't have a lot to say. I did find some interesting information when I got up this morning. Just so everyone knows that I plan on being here on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. Good morning, Michelle. Hi. Let a few more people jump on here. I'll talk to everybody about an interesting experience that I had last night. And then we'll talk a little bit about Canada. So if anybody knows anything about what happened last night in Canada, let me know. Good morning, Angel Rose from Calgary. So are you aware of what went on last night in Canada? I'm so glad that you loved the video about NESARA. I learned a little bit about NESARA, where I can actually talk about it a little bit. Though I've talked to other people and they have a darn clue what the heck I'm talking about. What's NESARA? It's interesting what people know and what people don't know, and I guess you have to kind of be in this world to catch up on what's the truths that are going on. Thank you for being here with me this morning. You're welcome, Angel Rose. Love the name, Angel Rose. That's so pretty. Yeah, Michelle, there's a lot of talk about NESARA and what NESARA is, and I kind of wanted the true side of it. Good morning, Robert. I kind of wanted to hear more of a truer side to it. A lot of information I've heard about NESARA is just we're all going to get all this money, we're all going to be millionaires, kind of thing. And it's like, I don't know how the hell that's going to work. So I talked to Sweet Shepherd of the Forest, and she says, I'm reading a book. I will come on and I'll talk about what I'm reading. So education is key, y'all. Education is key. It's important to know information because there's so much of it. What's real, what's fake, what's leading us down the wrong path. Thank you, Angel Rose. Hit the like button and share. So I'm kind of on my own today, so I don't know if I'm going to have a ton to talk about. Yes, there's lots of different opinions about it. So I just want the truth. I just want to know. I just want to know the truth about, especially when it comes to our livelihoods. I mean, that's a trigger point for most people. Yes, Shepherd is a rock star. She's an absolute peach. I loved having her on. She's adorable. Sherry also that I had on the other day. They're just, I can't wait to meet them all in person one day. It'll be fantastic. So I'm going to talk about what happened last night when I was at work. Good morning, Vermont Prepper. So everybody's talking about the EBS, the emergency broadcast system, the EBS. I was watching Liberty last night after I got home from work, and there's a lot of questions about the EBS. When's it going to happen? We never know when it's going to happen. It's just going to happen, right? So I'm at work yesterday, and it was packed. The restaurant was packed. And it was like a wave through the restaurant. Everybody's phones went off. There was an emergency that came across everybody's phones. Literally, the hair stood up on the back of my neck. I was just like, oh shit, this is it. Oh my God, is this it? Is this it? Thank God it was just a weather warning. We had a storm blow through, pretty heavy duty one. But I got to experience that moment that we're all sitting here waiting for patiently. I got to feel that moment of, oh my God, is this it? Like the hair stood up on my arms, like it went up the back of my neck. It was just like, whoa. So it was just a weather warning, but I got to feel that experience. If and when that happens, I got to feel what that feels like. And then the power went out. I thought, whoa. There was a lot of shocked people, and I thought, whoa. Like it was kind of a prelude to possibly what could be coming. And it was a very interesting moment. I didn't know what to think of it. I thought, I kind of got to get a little feel of how my mind and body is going to react in that moment. Michelle says, I heard they're going to be testing the EBS systems. Yeah, I've heard it a few times on the radio, but every time I hear it, it's like, is this it? Is this the one? Is this the one that we're waiting for? Is that the one we're waiting for? And it never is. It never is the case. But last night, that was kind of a real moment. That was kind of like, because you could hear it just like a wave go across the restaurant. Everybody's phones started going off. And I bet you there was at least 50 people in there. It was weird. It was a trip. And then the power went out. So it was like, whoa. It was quite the experience. That was interesting. So I don't have a lot of information. I've been working on projects. This is going to it's going to be a crazy week for me. We have a festival that we've had for 6 years that we've had. Last year was the first year it was actually canceled because of the whole scamdemic. Yep, beware false flags and misinformation, Robert. That's exactly right. Yeah, exactly. I hope it's coming too, Michelle. Something has to happen, like something. Okay, Robert, what do you mean by we are being flooded? Like literally flooded? Yeah, here in our area, our temperatures are insane. Today is going to be one of our cooler days. We get hot around here in the summer. Not usually this time of year in June. And today is going to be one of our cooler days at 97. And then it's going to it's going to get up to about 110 here in the next several days. It gets old listening to people who say, they knew. Well, Robert, there's a lot of people that were paying attention to this stuff. You all foil hat wearing conspiracy theorists. I love it. I completely believe if you hear the word conspiracy or conspiracy theorist, I think that's the information we need to be listening to. I'm kind of learning that. Michelle, she's so stressed that she has sores on the roof of her mouth. Mine's in my jaws. I'm learning that I clench my jaws more than ever since all of this started. I clench my jaws. I feel it in my jaw. I thought, that's an interesting, I guess I don't stress that often or have major concerns that often. I'm kind of blessed that way. But I feel it in my jaws, Michelle. I do. Robert, I thank the Father above for Shepherd. She is so smart. She's such a good soul, and she's so, so smart. I just dig her. I'm so glad that I got to get to know her through all of this craziness. I've been getting to meet some pretty neat people. I mean, a lot of you're just in a chat that I got your names, and you guys are all over the world, and I just think it's just amazing. I would not know any of you if all this hadn't happened. Robert, yeah, don't let this BS get to you. I mean, we kind of have to look at it. It is what it is, and it's happening. It is what it is, and it's happening. This is really happening, and it's unbelievable. Every day, it's unbelievable to me. Michelle, are you talking about Mr. Trudeau? Robert, is it because she reads her books? She just reads her books. Maybe it's for your bedtime. Maybe it's for your bedtime. She's just reading you a book so you can go night. There you go. I'd listen until I fall asleep. There's worse things that you can do to fall asleep, right? That's awesome. That's awesome. So I was talking about our temperatures are getting out of control here. They're getting super, super hot. We have a music festival that we have that's came out. This is the 4th year, and they did last year the whole lockdown. Everybody locked down, shut down. Our main festival that we have, it's been here for generations, and it's they canceled the whole thing, but the music festival, they kept it going, and the community was like we were all just a bunch of sinners. Like we're all gonna be, we're gonna just spread it to everyone, and it was amazing. Nobody was wearing coverings. I mean, maybe there was a few, but it's outdoors, it's outside, it's spread out. And the bands that they had were amazing bands. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of the Still Woods. They're kind of a big deal. They actually have songs on Yellowstone with Kevin Costner. And they were an amazing band. And it's a 3-day event, nonstop music. It's awesome. And there were only 2 music festivals in the entire nation last year. And they were both here in Idaho. So we feel pretty darn blessed that we got to have that last year. Angel Rose, Robin Bullock, and Amanda Grace are great prophets. I've listened to Amanda Grace. I don't think I've ever heard of Robin Bullock. Good morning, Dee. Listening in while I work and get ready for the day. Yeah, I've got some projects that I got to get done before I have to go to work tonight. The only family person who was for Trump's ways, he suicided. I'm sorry to hear that, Robert. That's sad. That's sad. Yeah, there's a lot going on in this world. There's a lot. You mentioned Kevin Costner. His smile will be to get off his mind. Good thing my husband looks just like him. You lucky bitch. You lucky bitch. Yeah, it's hard to get it all off our minds. It is. It is hard to, but I think that's that's our mission. That's this is all God's plan. I don't know how I knew it. I am in 2016 when the election happened. I remember being pretty nervous and going, God, please, it can't go the other way. It can't go the other way. I couldn't even watch it on. I had to just go to bed, and I knew it was going to be what it's going to be when I wake up in the morning. And when I got up, I actually felt relief. And I looked at my husband and I said, I don't know why I have to say this, but this is God's plan. I don't know why I had to say it. This is God's plan. And I think we're living that right now as we speak. Is Kevin Costner good or bad? I pray to Jesus that he is good. I pray to Jesus that he is good. Yeah, Robert sent me a 5-hour-long video, Freemason, Illuminati information that's it's very disturbing. And a good 30 minutes of it shows all the celebrities with their symbolism. And I think that Kevin Costner was in that mix. I do. And I do think that there's some that are way up in there that are totally in the craziness of it. And I think there might be some that got roped into it and are just waiting for all of this to come to light so that they can be free. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. So one of these days I want to have Mitch, Philo Beto 34 Mitch, and possibly Robert. We'll get him out of his shell and have the two of them on. And I think it would be an awesome discussion because Philo seems to have some, through his father, I believe is what he said, to the Masons. And I think that would be a pretty interesting show to have. You know, especially somebody who's firsthand can see it, been a part of it, or seen it, knows it, you know, kind of thing. I think it would be super, super interesting. Yeah, that stuff is just so, I don't know, that stuff is so heavy. It's so heavy. And it makes me think of Scientology. I don't know if any of you have ever watched the series of Leah Remini. We've watched the whole darn thing, and it's like, it's insane. So if you haven't seen it, watch it. I recommend watching the series, but it's kind of interesting how it has kind of, I don't know, similar ties, maybe. Yeah, Shepard says she likes that show. It's so informative, and it's just the whole time I'm just like heavy. Yeah, heavy. We live it, Mandy. Yes, we do. We're in it right now. We're in it right now. So I want somebody to tell me information if you guys know anything about Canada and what happened in the middle of the night last night in Canada. It was something I came across this morning when I thought I should probably get some information to talk about, because I have an art project that I'm working on that I'm super excited, and I'm just like, my brain wants to be there, not doing this, but I'll get back to that. I'll get back to it. So I saw this on Stu Peters. I don't know if any of you have heard of Chris Sky. Has anybody? I'm waiting for you guys to respond. Have you heard of Chris Sky? He's kind of the targeted patriot in Canada. Yeah, he's kind of the one that is pushing against the system. I've heard his name mentioned a couple of times, and I believe it is from Rage in the Cage and Liberty. I think I've heard them kind of mention his name. And so I was watching this thing this morning, And at 1:30 in the morning last night, with zero democratic process whatsoever, Mr. Trudeau and his government passed a bill called Bill C-10, and it gives them 100% authority to control and to police all forms of content on the internet. We think we're all being censored here. Yeah, this happened in the middle of the night under the guise of everybody's, the people of Canada, to know. Yeah, I'm starting to learn that kind of stuff, Robert, that it's horrible feed, popping, breaking up, unwatchable. I'm so sorry, Martin. I went and talked to them about upping my Wi-Fi, and they're like, we're trying to upgrade the towers so that you have better internet. It's not going to happen till September, you know, kind of thing. So we can't up it. And I can literally walk out my back door and throw a rock and hit the tower. That's how close I am to it. So I apologize if this is glitchy. I apologize. The Wi-Fi here kind of sucks. Unwatchable. I'm so sorry, Martin. But thank you for letting me know that. I can try something different. So yeah, that's what I heard this morning. And this poor guy, Chris Sky, he has been targeted with a preemptive warrant, meaning if he does do something that they don't like, he can be arrested for it. Thank you, Robert. Yeah, so think of the movie Minority Report. Do any of you remember that? The preemptive, before you do something bad, we're going to get you before you do something with the precognitives. Trudeau thinks he's a dictator. It's time to fight. I think it's time. I think it's getting closer and closer and closer for all of this to. I kind of have a feeling we might have to go through the summer a little bit. I think we're going to have to go through it a little bit, but I'm kind of happy that I'm in the glitchy noise. All I hear you entirely just fine. There's just some clickiness sounds going on. I don't know how to fix that. I tried. They told me I can't. Yeah, I think he's kind of a bad dude, and I feel bad for everybody in Canada right now. It's time to get pissed. It's time. DK second chin. Okay, now I know what that means, and that's Liberty Warrior filled me in. Hysterical. I did. I thought that was pretty damn funny. So you're kind of brilliant with that thought. Oh, I love all of you guys. This is awesome. Yeah, that is my information that I picked up this morning that I thought was pretty damn interesting, and I think people need to be paying attention to that. That they passed this in the middle of the night where their people were sleeping, and a lot of them don't even know what just happened. Oh. Shepard, I missed something. I don't think you missed much. I was talking about Trudeau and the law that he just passed in the middle of the night. Angel Rose, I pray to God that all happens. That any Anybody that is doing this evil crap is going to be brought down. Anybody who's doing anything against the people of this land, of this world, they need to be brought down. It's time. It's time. Now that we're awake, now that we're all awake, we're just like, whoa, this runs deep. This is heavy. This runs deep. And me, I was one of them that I just went through life and just never really paid attention to it. I'm not into politics. Shepherd, I will tell you privately. I will tell you privately, just like Liberty did with me. I hope everyone listens to Shepherd's videos. Wake up. It's time. It's time. And the people that are waking up, and I think they're being most vocal, are just the regular everyday people. That's what needs to happen. That's what's brilliant. The things that I watch, I'm just like, holy moly. Like, Tim Johnson just saw where fake VP is headed to the border Friday. Well, now that should be interesting. That should be interesting. It's kind of interesting and fun to watch how people don't really accept them. It's kind of fun and interesting to watch people like, we want nothing to do with you. We don't support you. It's, you know, it shouldn't, it's not a nice way to be, but it makes me get that giggity inside, like, yeah, right. Shepherd, so she gets there before tea. Yeah, sounds about right. Robert, I'm thinking of changing the swamp term. It's worse than that. Agreed. DK says, more like sinkhole. We can only hope. We can only hope that's the case. She'll go to a staged scene to appear normal. None of that crap that is on, do we believe? I don't believe it. I watch it just so I can see what they're doing, what it looks like. Is it CGI, all of that stuff, you know, I think that's the only reason why I watch any of that kind of stuff. It's just to kind of see what a shit show it turns out to be. Paper front page today was all about Diana's last words. The sun must have been taken over the other week. Lady Gaga full page, almost nude. Isn't that interesting? GG7989. The Toronto Sun paper front page today was all about Diana's last words. The sun must have been taken over. The other week, Lady Gaga full page, almost nude. Isn't it so sad? Isn't it so sad? These people, you're just like, wow. Sold your soul to the devil. Sold your soul to the devil to be famous and rich. It wouldn't surprise me either, Shepherd. It really wouldn't surprise me. So, like they said, enjoy the movie, enjoy the show. That's the kind of crap that's, what is that? I think it's like little sitcoms when they do speeches and all that kind of stuff and walk in like they're actually doing something that they should be doing in that position. It's kind of like watching a sitcom. Like, this is the humor side of all of this. I have no clue what's happening in DC, Shepherd. I so many reports of just nothing's going on down there. It's so quiet, like eerie, like creepy, eerie. I've never been there, and I don't think I'm probably ever gonna go. I don't know, maybe after all this shit happens, I'll be able to go and be like, this is the final resting place. This is ground zero, whatever. I heard that there is a statue of Princess Diana going up in England this month too. I don't think that's a bad idea. She was, I think she was a truth teller too. They are scared to death of we the people. That is for sure. And you're not, unless you're in these circles, unless you're in this, you know, and watching people and stuff and tell, you know, bringing forth their information and stories, people are waking up. People are fighting back. We the people are standing up, and it's apparent. We don't hear that all the time. It just depends on what ones you're watching, which ones you're listening to. Some show you all these factual things that are happening, like that sweet little 9-year-old that went to the school board and ripped them a new one. How brilliant was that? I'm sure with a little bit of assistance from her parents, but she let them have it. That's brilliant. That's what's happening in our country. And it's those beautiful little gems all over where people are standing up and fighting back and going, we're not doing this anymore, and you're not going to do it. I myself am going to start going to my local meetings, our city council meetings, our school board meetings. I'm going to start going forth and doing those kinds of things and seeing what the hell's really going on. Me either. The reporters there are all by themselves on the streets. It's weird. It's great. I don't know. GG7989, I think the Diana thing is a quiet sign. Good to go down, maybe? We can only hope. We can only hope. Got a little bit of ray of light on the end of it. P6, he's a nice guy, but he knows a lot he doesn't share. Did I miss something? Study your rights. Absolutely, Robert. Like that's stuff that we need to like look into is our rights. Because there was, what were we talking about the other day? With Sherry talking about that they're trying to pass having women drafted, you know, that kind of shit that's under the radar and nobody knows about, you know, what laws have been passed that we don't know about. You know, that's what we need to look into. And we have a gentleman that is running for governor here. I don't know, anybody ever heard of Ammon Bundy? A few years ago, he was pretty famous a few years ago. And under Obama, they had agents come in and trying to take their cattle off their land because it was BLM. And this Bundy, and not like Ted Bundy, his name is Ammon Bundy, and he was a rancher, and BLM under Obama came and wanted to take their cattle, and and him and 400 other protesters gathered, arms in hand, and push agents out. And then the government tried to sue. He had a lot of, I believe, I think they were like felony issues. Like they were gonna make him in big trouble for pushing against them and their BS and their unlawful practices. And it went to court, and there was like 17 things against him. And the judge threw it out. She said, that's the only lawful way of doing this. We're just throwing this out. So he won it. He is a very outspoken human being. He might need to have a little education and a little bit of tact. You know, he is one of those that will be in your face if it is unconstitutional. And I just read that he is going to be running for governor here. And so I need to look a little more into him, but yeah, he is definitely a patriot. He is not scared to kick the door in and let you have it if you're going against the people, for sure. So, food for thought. I'll keep you guys all posted on that. I thought it was very interesting. That's something to look into. He's not scared. He's not scared, and he will fight for what's right. And I will look more into him and his history. But he's been on the front pages quite a bit the last few years, even with the whole virus BS. I believe he actually went to a council meeting and they brought the cops in and had him removed because he was like, "You guys are all idiots," because he wasn't wearing the covering and he refused to do so. Something along those lines. I'll find the more information out about it because that would be on the news locally. I don't watch the local news. Says his Zoom with Judge. I sort of remember this. Was a beautiful sight. Yes, I remember now. Shepherd, we need to talk. Yeah, he is very outspoken and he won't hold back. He'll fight for it for sure. Absolutely for sure. So, my wonderful people, that's all I got. Anybody else have anything you want to talk about? And Robert and Beto, he's not with us today. He's not with us today. Philo Beto 34, Mitch. I would like Robert, and don't be scared. Like, this is a safe place. You can even come on and just not show your face if you don't want to. I just want to hear what you have to say. But I think it would be interesting to have a show with you two and talk about the Illuminati and the Masons and have a kind of a person from a first-hand perspective on it. I think it would be a very, very interesting conversation. I think it would be a very fantastic information show. I think it would be great. So my email is theawakenedpatriot@gmail.com. I will be on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. I'll do my best to be in here and do this. I plan on having Sherry and Shepherd on here as much as I can because I just love their perspective and what they have to say. Mandy, have you ever heard your state is the #1 state? Yep, we're aware that this is the #1 state that everybody's running to. Yeah, because we have our state constitution. We get to keep our guns, and that's never going to be taken away from us. And it's a beautiful state. If people don't overpopulate it and turn it to shit, that is our concern. I mean, that's our concern. I understand why people are running from where they are at, but then they come here and then they want to keep the same structure laws as they just escaped from. So how do you fight that battle? How do you fight that battle? Because within our colleges over here, they're all the woke BS is trying to find its way into our colleges. And we got some pretty liberal educators there that that's a whole nother battle where everybody's going to have to fight for sure. So it's a beautiful place. Don't come here. I'm telling you, don't come here. It's a shithole. I can't blame you. Can't blame you if you want to. It's a gorgeous place, and we're pretty happy people. If others don't try to come in and change that. D, we love you, but you would be correct. We say it often. Damn Californians. Damn Californians. Oh, you're from California? Oh, that says a lot. Yeah, Maybe we need to work on that. If they were all like you, it would be different. If they were all wonderful and like you, it would be different. Yeah, so it is true. I can honestly say it's true. Yeah, Californians, damn Californians. The way they drive. Yeah, no. Our city, they drive like animals. I don't think it has anything to do with Californians. Every winter, we get winter every year comes, we get snow every year. As soon as it snows, 9,000 car wrecks. Like they've never driven it ever before. They're kind of dillholes. So I'm just saying. Just saying. We get it. We understand everybody wants to come here, but you know, don't overpopulate us and try to change our way of living. We're pretty mellow here. It's a beautiful place to live. Lots of mountains, rivers. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So don't come. It's a shithole. I visited Cascade last couple decades. Aw. I would have hated you 30 years ago. Well, we were all different 30 years ago. I was, probably 15. But there will be a day when we all get together, and maybe we'll have like one big celebration once this whole thing blows up and everything comes out and we can all get back to the new beautiful normal of our lives. Maybe I'll host a celebration here in Idaho and everybody can come and just celebrate our asses off. How does that sound? I'm good at hosting parties. I can gather, I can organize parties for hundreds of people. Thank you from Orlando, Florida. You're so very welcome. I don't know what you're thanking me for, but God love you and thank you for being here. Dee, go be a good girl. Don't work too hard. All right. Yes, Robert, Shepard, you guys need to communicate for sure. You guys are definitely like going to be best. I can see that. All right, everybody. I've got a painting waiting for me to complete. I'm super excited about it. Maybe if it doesn't turn out god awful, I'll share it with everybody. All right, everybody, what is today? Wednesday? All right, it's hump day. Everybody love one another, make good choices, keep your eye on the prize, have faith. I think we've got this. We've got this. It's just gonna take our strength and our faith. So be strong, love one another. Thank you all for being here with me today. I seriously thought it was going to be like a 2-minute thing because I didn't have much to say, but all of you guys' feedback and in the feed, I appreciate all of you, and I will look forward to seeing you all Friday morning at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. Love everybody. Enjoy your day. Be good. Make good choices.